G'day guys, and welcome back to Stitch Up and another episode of Voxel Tycoon. This is our beta series and we are back after a prolonged break from the game. Look at the metropolis here. It's all kind of looking cool, and there you've got these lovely kind of rooftop tanks appearing on some of these buildings. Some of the buildings are getting a bit bigger and taller, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm hoping this is part of something I've got going on. That church looks fantastic there. So yeah, it's in between episodes. It's been a little bit of time, and I'll explain a bit more as we go along, but we are back. Yeah, I'm going to, this episode we're going to be looking at getting our final two resources in of the initial resources. So we want to get sand and we want to get copper. So I've got a little plan on how I'm going to do this. Let me just do that, and I'm going to let you jump in, enjoy the Stitch Up intro, and I'll be seeing you over here in just a sec. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do, actually, before we get into getting sand and copper, is we're going to have a look at what we did in episode 11. So this is episode 12. And episode 11, in episode 11, we put in this new station with these two new conurbations over here. This is over towards where the stone is. Now, so you got Birkenhead and Cobham. Those names will do for now, I guess. And yeah, we basically are delivering milk products. So look at that, 104 of the milk products, and then they're being delivered over there to this. Now, I don't think we need 3 trucks delivering that, because that train's going to be a while. So I'm going to send one back to the depot as soon as it's just delivered it. But in the meantime, I want to extend the passenger train service to include these towns as well, or this town here. So I'm thinking I was just going to do one of the towns, but I'm actually going to do both of them and see if I can get them both in similar. So let's jump in and have a look here. So the line currently, let's do the jump of the line. So if we have a look, I'm going to pause the game for a second. No, let me just do this first. Which truck is delivered? You have. Yeah, you're on your way back? Yeah, you are. Yep. So you can go back to depot and send to the nearest depot. And so you should go back to depot as we do this. So let's watch him turn and hopefully go up and around. So hopefully he does that very shortly. So is this him? Yeah, he's going to go back to the depot himself. So we'll jump in, we'll put the station in there. I think that's a good little area to put the station in. And then I'm thinking, once he comes back out, he could actually, so he could come in this way into the station. That's right, we were going to look at the train lines. So passenger rail line 1. Let me just jump in. Yeah, here he is. So it's here. Yep. So he starts off at Birkenhead Exchange, which is right over where we first started the game. Then so Birkenhead Exchange. Then he goes to East Grinstead. Yeah, this lovely one here. So he pops in here, goes to East Grinstead. He goes to Sutton Coalfield Northeast, which we're going to have to change the name of that one. So he comes around, comes into here. These are all duck in, duck out stations. And then over there, I believe he skips this area because that's an industrial station. So Sutton Coalfield, and then he goes to Stafford as his 4th. So we want to put station number, then we want to do station number 5, and then we want to do station number 6 over here as well. And I think I will do that because I've got the outside bypass line, and I want to use that. So I'm going to stay on pause for the moment because then we can look at refunding if we need to. We'll go to rail infrastructure and go to stations, and we want to go to passenger stations, please. And I'm not looking at overly modded. I'm looking at reasonable. I mean, what's the length of these stations, guys? Let's have a look. So it's just been, I'm just out of practice with this game for just a little bit, but if we have a look here, 115 meters in length, and I think that's probably about a good amount. So and just 2 platforms will be perfect. So I want to go to here, stations, passenger, and let's look at this. So we don't want the big Avignon Centre station, but I did like this one here. Yeah, it's quite nice. I don't mind that with the little covered bit as well. That works quite well there as well. So if I have a look here, how big is that? It's getting there. Let's just put him like this. So that's 95 meters. If we look here, he doesn't, don't think you can extend the amount of stations. Let me just have a look here. Yep. Rotate, and we'll have a bit of a look at it. So what do you got there? So you can't extend the stations. It's 2, which is good. We wanted 2 anyway. And 125 is the biggest. So let's just do the biggest station there. And you got the lead in from one side, not the other. So if I rotate it, and I think the lead in is going to be awkward either way because you've got it sunk down quite a bit. But I like the idea of it being amongst those houses. And I love the idea of it being there but not getting rid of any houses as well. So that would work quite well. So let's consider putting him there. It is getting rid of one house at the end. So it's just an extra 100. It's 164. So I'm going to put him there. Let me just spin him. He still gets rid of. He's still getting rid of that one. This one here. This one over here, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Actually, let's do it like that. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll put him there. That's good. And then we can probably put. I mean, that is quite a weird sort of way to put the station, but I guess you could have sort of stairs coming down there. Because this is kind of up a little bit as well. You've got this kind of split, this town split over 2 levels, but that kind of works. I think that just works. Okay, let's lay the rails, and we definitely want some of these guys to come out a bit. So I want these guys to come out to about here, and then I want to look at their crossovers, because then we'll be putting in. So if I do this, so if you're out a bit, let's do this as the shortest possible, and then do that as the shortest possible there. So then it's symmetrical. It is nice. We'll have to look at signaling a little bit later. So yes, pauses in between episodes, guys. The actually, this is the main line here, so I want to branch off first and then come around to it. Yeah, so we've had a few problems with the game. And I reached out to Andrew, one of the creators, and he mentioned that there's some issues with the liveries, the specific, the customizable liveries, and that sort of mod being integrated into the beta branch, and there's causing some issues. So I just couldn't get the game loaded at all. And he was very, very kind and helped me out. But he did say that he fixed the issue with the mod creator, and they all fixed it. Everyone was very helpful. But I had to then wait for the game to be updated, and this is in the beta branch. So we had to wait quite a while. So that was about 3 weeks ago, and I've just been playing Kingdoms and Castles and lots of Factorio and keeping myself busy and dying to put out an episode for you guys. Okay, I'm going to unpause the game now so we can keep the money rolling in. But yeah, I was just dying to make an episode there, and at least now we're back up and running. I got a message today on Discord. I like this. I like all these sort of sightings. I'll probably create this one to go a bit earlier. He probably can come off quite a bit. But anyway, he branches off to here. So long story short, everything's fine, and it is what it is. And these guys are doing their very best. But it's just such a shame because it's, you know, I know I've got people waiting for my videos, but I know that these guys are trying to make the game, and we love the game, and so we have to be patient. And sometimes, you know, my videos are not the most important thing in their for them at the moment, and I get that. I totally get that. I totally get that. Right, I see a little opportunity to put this in here. So I'm thinking about putting the station in here. So let's do this. Lots of error messages. What I need to do as well is, this is the way I play the game. So I make my videos. I do a little bit of creation in between. I try not to let the game run too much in between episodes, unlike Factorio, where I will do that at the cost of evolution of the biters, of course. But what I try and do here is just to try and do a little bit of tinkering in between, and certainly tinkering with recipes and research, but also making sure that all the customers are kind of looked after. So I try and do a bit of that, and I haven't been able to do any of that because I couldn't load up the game. So yeah, it's just been it's been a fun little time, but we're getting there. We're getting there in the end. I think this is the best spot to do this. If I do it up here. Oh, that could be a nice little spot as well. Look, I think I will do that. That's better, because otherwise this is mirroring this. So if I do it over here, this could work quite well. Plus, I'll only have to, if I do this, I'm breaking one level, and over here I'm breaking just one level as well. But I think I will do it here along the seaside, and that's quite nice. In fact, why don't we do it right across the seaside and lay it down there? Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay, so let's do some land clearance. Now, this series we are playing with the free terrain mod, and it's been really cool because it allows me to do lots of this sort of stuff and not have to worry about the costings. And I can really, with that, I can really sort of plan out and just change up my terrain quite a bit at free of charge. Which, you know, is it cheating? Well, maybe. But this is how I'm playing it. And this series is a bit different to the other series. So yeah, anyway, I also like that you can just make natural little edits and just try and fix things up and make them a little bit more realistic as well. So let's go ahead and put another station in and do both these stations at the same time. So we go onto here, we go stations, and that's a station we put in last time. So let's put in passenger station 2, which should unload quicker. It's the basic one, but it doesn't really matter. If I rotate him and I want it to be 2 different platforms, yeah, 2 platforms, and I want him to be, now this guy will go as long as you want, but we're going to do him at 115 meters, and I'm not going to have a turnaround because none of the other guys do. But what I will do is I want this to be, if you have a look here, he's reaching all of those. Now he's actually reaching everything there because we know buses will help, but you can see the sort of sphere of influence. So let's put him, I think there could be nice. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, let's do that, and hopefully we'll see how we go with the lines. So we want to do the same thing. We want to do the approach here, and then we'll work out the signaling in just a bit. So the approach has to have the crossover. The trains are able to go into either platform and then come back out, and always approach on the driving on the left side, which is the way we're doing it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and get this guy as close as I can here. So that's not bad. I think I'll do that. And then I want this to sort of make sense. So that isn't bad there. Actually, go up one more, go up one more, and then come across, and then come in. Yeah, nice. And then over here, do I want it to zigzag out, or do I want to just get through that? Yeah, let's swing out here. But what we want to do is we want to make this tie in with this main goods line here. This is what I consider to be the main line. I want it to tie in nicely. So let's think about this. This heading off here is going to be like this. I like that because you'll have one train heading this way as you look at it on the main line, then another one coming in, but then another one heading that way. And I like that because I think that could work out quite nicely. So let's go up a bit and do this. Yep. And now let's see if we can get that to mirror that. Yeah, there we go. That is nice. That is lovely. And then a nice little cut into here would be good. Yeah, so that would work quite well, and then you're sharing that other line as well. Okay, so I think that's all pretty good. Now let's grab these stations and just edit the route, the existing route. So what we want to do is I'm going to unpause the game. No, I'm going to keep it like this, and we're going to say update this passenger line, yes, and we want to go down to the bottom. So once he goes to Stafford, we know that we want to add in a stop. And the next stop is going to be this one, Cobham. It's going to be a transfer, yep. And then the next stop after that is going to be this one, which is Birkenhead East. And the next, that's to be a transfer, and then that'll be it. And we know that it's going to be back and forth, traverse order, back and forth, not the default. So yep, keep it on back and forth, so that's good. Okay, so that's good, that's all there. Now, before we just unpause the game, we want to put in the crossovers, and then the signaling. I just need to work out exactly what I did with the signaling. So let's give it a little break here in case we ever have bigger trains, and this is just all about getting a bit of symmetry. So just finding the right place to click off. There you go. And then if you have a look at that, it should be nice and symmetrical. So jumping on to signaling now, let's have a quick look and see what we do here. Signaling. This station, yeah, this is one of the new ones. This station here is just a roll in, roll out, so he's not applicable. But a duck in, duck out is here. So I want to do heading in to that. Oh, is he going to be signal on the right? Yeah, so decision to be made, and then he's rolling in with a single. So you got double on the way out. Okay, let's have a look at this. So, okay, so decision to be made. So let's go back and have a look here. Hopefully these trains will be spaced out quite a bit. Now, I just looked at them in between episodes or just before this episode loaded up, and this was actually, the trains were all together and they're actually stuck. So I need to do a timing stop as well. I don't believe I got any timing stop. In fact, we would have seen the timing stop then when we visited all the stations. So we need to put a nice little timer in somewhere, and I've got 3 trains, I believe, running this line. But the line's now at least double the size of when we first created it. So if I go to signals and I want to use my semaphores, now my pre's are my chains. So let's put those chains in here. So you've got a decision to be made here, yes. And then once you've made that decision, you've got a block to say you're right to go in. Yes, it is. But then coming back out the other way, we've got a decision to be made. But then coming out once you clear, it's just am I clear, block. Okay, so that should be good. And then over here we want to make a decision. Here is good. That decision, the game saving, that decision can go all the way up to here, and then once you're there we can say right, but let's do this. Let's go 1, let's go 2, and let's go 3. So that lines those guys right up. And let's do that again just there for now. And then this guy going that way. So that runs a nice little, when you can, it's nice to run a line of signals there, a bit of realism, because that's how they would do that. As you're coming in, so you make a decision, but as you come out, you've got a block here and you've just joined the line. But once here, now you don't, because these are both heading in, there is no decision to be made, but you do need to at least give way to the other train. So we'll put them both going forward on a single block signal. And then as soon as you come out of that, you get another block as well. Up here, again, same thing, as soon as you're out, but there is a decision to be made here now. But then once you get out, we are getting into here, and then once you're going this way, you're just giving way, so a block signal heading back is good. What I'm also just going to do is make this guy go here, and then this guy go there, and I want to get rid, is that the bulldoze? Yeah. And there's that. Yeah, brilliant. God, I haven't played for ages. It's me thinking, is that the bulldoze? You've got a block signal just here, so that's not too bad coming out that way. Yeah, so once you come out, that's good. Okay, that's good. So once you're out of here, let's go back into signaling. And we want a block and a block. And on these flatbeds, block and a block, not on the 45s. Then as you come out, you'll take a block. But as you go in, you want a pre. Yeah, and then once you're heading back out, you want a pre and a pre for both the outwards, but heading into the station, you want a block and a block. I think that'll work, and I'm going to unpause the game, wait for any error messages to come up saying trains are lost. They're not, so we haven't got any breaks in the track, and we're off and running. I think that's really cool. I might just, while we're here, I might just grab some trees, and let's put down a whole lot of trees. Can I just do a few trees here? Let's put some trees here, because this is quite nice. I don't mind the trees all next to the tracks, just to fill it in a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of money we're throwing about with the trees, but I like those trees in there, and that's kind of cool. Okay, let's do this. It's right next to the tracks there, so he's trying to charge me a bit. Do a few trees there. Yes, we can. Are we going through a bit of money there? I think we are. Good. Okay, there's a few trees there, but that's nice. Can we put a few trees in here as well? I think we can. Nice bit of trees there would be good, thanks. Yeah, that would be good. Are we getting through it? Yeah. Let's do... Yeah, I don't mind that. Oh, that's quite a bit of trees there. That's just a bit of growing of the trees going on. Let's try and get this organically looking. Just trying to fill it in a bit. Okay, that's it. The money didn't seem to change too much. I mean, there's bloody trees everywhere at the moment. Okay, so here's the train coming in and doing his thing, so that's all pretty good. Now, this over here is separate to that, even though it's very close. It is separate. This regional line we've been putting in this last episode or two is different from this main line that goes to the stone world over there. I just want to go and check and see if any of my trains are stuck, because I haven't seen the train for a while. Let's go train number 8 and see what his issue is. By the way, I'd like to ask you if you could help me here. Last episode we went and provisioned these guys that hold 20 stone. Now he can't unload his stone because there's not enough happening, because I think the stone isn't really going anywhere else. I need to see what else is taking stone. But what we probably will do is let's have a look at research and just stick on some research. I just wanted to ask you, because last episode I put on these, and if I go here and go details and I look at them, the box cars, they're yellow, and I wonder if this has got to do with the new livery. So he can't do anything because he can't unload, but they look absolutely appalling in the yellow. So I don't know if it is got to do with the livery changes and the updates, but I'll need to see. If anyone knows, can you leave it in the comments? We're also getting ourselves some vehicle replacements, so let's get, because we've got wood coming in. In fact, we've got a lot of wood coming in here. These guys can't unload. 2 wood trains. So I need to be doing some other stuff, and maybe it's research that needs to be doing that. So let's have a quick look. I've got 3 research stations just here, and I need to see exactly what we want to be doing. So start new research. We want to go with Rails 4 is going to do that. We don't want that. Tecnotren. It's like a little tram. We don't want that. Woodworking. And that is going to be that. Now I think I will do that. Yeah, let's do woodworking. Yeah, woodworking is going to be great. Gold extraction. What do you want? Oh, do you want steel bars? Okay, we're not doing that just yet. Railcars 2 is pretty good, and you want iron bars. So what have you got? You've got this here. Yeah, let's do woodworking. Let's get the woodworking going. So I want to do woodworking times 3 and just get that. That'll keep the wood moving through. So that'll be a nice one to do. Woodworking. Oh, hang on. We've got to turn these guys on. So 1, 2, and 3. And we want woodworking for you as well. Where are you? There you are. And let's see. Waiting on resources. So you might have to just check. Where are you? Woodworking. You're there. Great. So you guys are all turning on. Now I need to make sure that all 3 are connected up here. So are you? You are. These are only going by distance. No, so they should be pretty good. We've got stone coming in, but these guys here should be accepting because it's them, isn't it? So this is getting wood planks, and I believe for woodworking, it is the wood planks that we require. So these should be all just taking them in now. Wood planks and 5,600. Waiting for resources. Why? Because he's not close enough. Look at that. So this guy's close enough. Yes. Okay, good. Right, so what we need to do now is we need to go like this. Okay, I'm going to pause the game while we're building, and we grab the conveyors, and I want to now do an output. No, I'm just going to split this straight off because we're going into here. I want to lay a conveyor here, and what I want to do is just do this. I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to do this here, here, and here, right? And then I'm going to say, can you clear the conveyors here? That removes all those guys, and I want to break this conveyor here. So we do this, and that's, yep, you break there, so you'll just stay. And then I want to change the direction of this one. Conveyors, and I want to change the direction of you, so you're coming out. So now we're getting the wood plates from both the line that's producing them and also from this one that's sitting in here. But it's funny because this is where it's shipping out of. So if you look at these guys, if you go to logistics, this is storing them, going into a laboratory by distance. It'll now be going in by a connected conveyor, but it's also shipping them out. So what I just did was not a good thing to do. So let's go back and reverse that last change, flip conveyors and make this an input as well. So every second one should go back in and every other one should come out. And then we'll have a look at the production there. If I unpause it, we're now going to be heading in. And these guys, I'll go to speed 3 and let's go into our research queue and we'll see these guys. So one's just going by closeness, but these other two will now be getting in here and you'll see these guys start to fire. So there's this second one, this one will always fire, and that's all doing pretty well, especially as this is sitting on full. So that's good. It also means that these wood trains will start to deplete and they'll start to get, if you have a look there, at 12, where is he? Someone went ironically someone went bankrupt because of wood planks, but yeah, over here look, we're certainly making enough, so I'm not gonna extend that anymore. I think we've got 5 there. I think that's pretty good. I'm not gonna extend that, so that's pretty good. That keeps that going. It gets a little bit of research going as well, so we'll keep that nice. Let's do a nice quick grab of sand, although we've got nothing to do for sand at the moment. Let's do a nice little sand bit. I do like the idea of running over here and just dropping off some stone, because this guy wants stone. 140 days left. He wants lots of stone. I reckon we could just run a truck straight out of here. There's stone there. What about if we put a truck depot in here and then run a truck out here and go under? It could work. We need to run a train line through here anyway, because this is where the sand is, and I think we could either run it along there, but you could run it this way, and then we can just leave that could be pretty good. Why don't we do that? Yeah, that could be nice. I don't know if we should run it around here or get the sand in. Kind of thinking we should run it back around this way. It's probably the way to go, because you got copper there as well and we can branch off. I think we will run that line down here. No, because I'll probably run the copper along here. Yeah, copper straight in and then sand straight into there. So let's do these both together and just have them coming in and just get them going. Yeah. Okay, what's the height ratio here? What's going on? Let's clear a bit of land. I'm just going to go like on speed 1 just for the moment while we clear some. I'm just going to see if I get this, because this, once I've started to do this, so I'm cleared down there. Now you're down, there's down to that, so that's where the trains are going to be. Trains are going to be on this level down there. But once we get going, I'm thinking, what are we going to do? Should we do, because this is where the trains are going to load up, and I'm thinking if I put a train here, yeah, let me just clear that. So if I do a train all the way along there, he could load up quite nicely, and then he could come round and straight across, because this area here is unlocked, and we could actually service this town as well. So I'm thinking I could even run the main line along here. That's not bad. Yeah, that would work quite well. So let's get the train line running across here a little bit, and then what we want to do is just find our way through this section. I want to just do this carefully, because I don't want it to create these massive canyon walls, and I'm gonna have to go back and kind of fix it back up a little bit. So let's do that. I'm just trying to edge off a little bit of this. Yeah, that would work. You'll have to make that much more natural. Okay, so we want this to go like out a bit more. Yeah, so this is the outer line, so let me go all the way across here. Ooh, we are spending quite a bit of money here. Do that. And over here, what are we looking to do? So I want to steer clear of this little bit of here. This is the outer line, so I can do it straight there. I can go straight in here. We can go straight here, and then at this point, we've got some changes to be made. We're still one up there as well, so we can knock this down a bit. In fact, let's do that. Let's knock it down now. Just seeing how long this episode is so far. It's not too bad. For a bit of cut through, we're doing alright here. Because what we're doing is this episode we're just trying to get a few things kind of done and back on track. And I think we're sort of making good progress at the moment. Yeah, that's not bad. And then, yes. Okay. Right, let's see about this. Now, I want to get a big station in. It's 197,000. Let me just borrow everything I can just for the moment. And, I mean, this is all about getting the infrastructure in, isn't it? And, yeah, let's get this double tracks and coming along nicely. So we know that for tracking back, trains are always, for the moment, going to come in this way. So we just do single track for now. Let's just do that. Yeah, let's just do single track, because at the moment we're going to have trains coming in here, loading up, they're going to come across here, and then they're going to come back for copper, and then they're going to go back into the main hub system. So I think that could be good. Let's go to stations and freight. And I want standard freight too, and we want this to be, please, because we're only collecting sand here and we're not really doing anything else. So let's go 2 platforms, but the full length, please. So 250 meters. Yeah, so there you go. So that's good. So I think that's pretty good there for the sand. We're not going to be building anything out here, I don't think. Even glass will be done in the main factory. So he's going to be 180,000. What about if I make him 3 platforms just because it looks better? So it's going to be, yep, hang on, let's get that full amount and then go there, 240. It's not required, is it? Yeah, two's enough. I can do a bypass though, definitely a bypass required. So we'll do this. I'm going to build this right on the canyon wall, so let me put him right in there. I'm going to build him right here and just allow for a turnout. So let's do that. I didn't pause it, so we'll just go with it. We'll connect up just one of these. I probably should have done, oh no, bypass will be on that side, so that's alright. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's connect that up. And let's come right out here. Right. Now, this is where I want my canyon wall to be slightly interesting here. So if I do that, and this should help me to determine what we're doing here, because this will stay low. I want it to stay down. And I'm paying for a lot of this terrain modification. So what I'm going to do is just grab the terrain modification tool and just clear off what I think I know here. And of course we'll just clear a bit more of this out because we don't really want it to be too close. And in between episodes I'll probably fix that up a little bit. You just got to be careful the way you do this. Yeah, we are getting down to kind of ground level here. Is it not? If I pause it, am I paying for these? Whoa, that can't be right. Game settings, mods. Yeah, this is weird, isn't it? Free terraforming mod. I'll have to see, but it doesn't seem like it's... it doesn't seem like it's doing that. So, we might have to just... Ooh. I think... Was I just spending a fortune on free terrain and I actually wasn't getting it? That is weird. I'll have to have a look at that. I kind of don't want to continue with it until I've sorted it out. Because because otherwise we're really going to run into financial difficulty here. Let's get the sand coming in at least, although... Yeah, because I wanted the train line to come in. Well, I was probably heading out that way, wasn't I? Let me just see if I could do... It's not letting me build stuff. Okay. Man, I don't know whether to stop and check whether or not I've got that turned on. It might have turned off by default. Okay. Okay, let's go terraforming and just see. I think either way we're going to have to pay for the terraforming, and then I'll go and see if I can get it refunded. Which is interesting. And you got the copper. I was going to try and see if I could get my train line to come down this way. Yeah, I wasn't I? I'll tell you what I'll do. Right, I know the way I want to design this network, so I'm going to leave it for the moment, and I'm going to put a turnabout here. All right, this is going to be a bit crazy, but I'm going to see if I can get myself a nice little turnabout. So if I go here, yeah, and then I go like this, then what I can do is that, right? Okay, cool. So I'll do this like this, and then, because we don't really need sand at the moment, but this will make it functional at least. So what we can do is, there's the sand. It'll collect the sand from there and get that. And actually what we'll do is, well, we're putting the infrastructure in. Should we get the sand? Do we need sand at the moment? No, let's unpause it so we can keep the sand going. If I wanted to look at getting trucks over to here, is this worth... Yeah, I think it is worth just a nice little truck system straight in. And then, because I don't mind, we did leave some room here, so I was going to put maybe just a nice little truck straight into here, so that could work quite well. What we could do is we could do a nice bridge coming over. So why don't we do that? We're going to leave all this reservation here for this another train station to come in this whole section. But we could run a nice little truck along here. So let's do a road. Yeah, let's do this. And this is quite nice because then we can go like this. We're filling in this section quite nicely. I like that. And then let's just do that for now. And now what I want to do is go stations, and I want to do Mark II, and shall we say, let's do 4 and see if I can fit that in nicely. Why don't I do that and just see if I can... Actually, I'm looking at the building here, so this gets a bit more. If I just do this. In fact, he comes over here. He still gets the stone. He gets that one as well. Gets the coal. I think that'll work. That's a good use of everything there. I think that's quite nice. And then we can do nice little turnabouts. So let's do, in fact, let's go all the way up. Do we? No, we want to leave room for warehouses. So let's do this. And I want this guy to fit in and come back. Okay. And now I want to see if I can put another road here. Yeah. Okay, trying to do it symmetrical on either side. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, so that would work. But what we'll do is we'll do waypoints. So let me see if I can just do this for now. Yeah. So far I've just got one that I'll connect up. I can put in a garage, and it's going to be a Mark II garage, and it can be there. Actually, here's a good spot because of the waypoint that I want to put in. Right, that works. So truck is going to be bringing stone, and he's going to be coming up to here. So let me see about this. Speaking of free terrain, Yeah, I think here is probably a good spot to do it for now. Oh, actually, no, we'll probably have to move things if we do it there. So let's do him quite a bit across. In fact, here's good just for now. So let's do this. Yeah, and I want to go to bridge. Bridge build. We want it to be cursor height 4. Okay, I've got to make him a little bit smaller. So if I go road, and is he on bridge now? If we go to bridge here, yeah. So there's, you're getting your height there. So he's 4. He's cursor height of 4. Now I think that's too tall. So let's go to, actually 4 is probably pretty good. So let's do this here, and then we'll do that. So you can see there you've got the right kind of, yeah, that works. That does work actually. I think that's quite nice. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll come into the lovely township. Ooh, what do you got there? Oh yeah, we don't need to do any of that because I want this to come across here into this, come straight across. We're not getting free terrain modification tool, which is a shame. And now over here we want stone, so we're gonna have to fix this up at some points. Yeah, that is silly, isn't it? Okay, cool. I wish the game wouldn't do that, but what we'll do is we'll go, okay, get rid of, we don't need to get this bit, so we'll get that bit, we'll get this bit, we'll get this bit. And we will do this. And then we'll put road back in here, but this gives us an opportunity now to put in a station, and it's going to be a 2. And it can be, we don't want to get rid of any houses though. So if I go like this, yeah, that will work quite well. What about if we do this? It's going to get rid of these guys. What about this just for now? Let's just put him there. Yeah, let's put him back a fair bit and just get everything that we can behind it. Okay. And for now, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do quick and dirty, and it connects in with there. Just go to logistics. And it does connect in nicely. Cool. Okay, so we are ready to just make this a nice right angle. 7,800. And then we're ready to unpause the game and grab. From here, we want something that'll carry stone. So we'll go to stone. Yeah, I like this. 100,000, but they carry 20 per, which is nice. Yeah, let's get him. The SCM, Scaleman's Modern, what is he? Scaleman's Modern something. I'll have to have a look at that. We'll have a good look in a sec. So let's get that. Can you add a trailer? Can you add anything to it? Oh, modern hopper with an extra trailer. Oh, yes, please. Look at that. 136,000. That's a lovely one, actually. I like that because we wanted nice big trucks. Okay, so we're going to add the stop in. It's going to be collect from here, and it's going to be load of the full variety, please. Then we're going to go to here and unload of the full variety. You're going to be called Stone to Haddington. Nice, Haddington's very lovely name. Purple route for this one, and release. So, Scaleman's, let's have a look exactly what he is. He is known as the Scaleman's. Oh, he's lovely. Am I on speed 1? God, he's fast too. So it takes 40. He is a modern hopper truck with 4 axles. He's got a dolly trailer and a hopper trailer. So the hopper would be this one here, I think, and then a dolly at the back. So he's loading up 40 of those guys. I'm actually just going to have 2 of them. No, I'm going to put some waypoints in, actually. Let's get in and just quickly add those waypoints in, because we don't want him doing that at all. In fact, let's get him out of there, and let's let him on speed 2 while we have a look at him. Bring up his route. Yep. And I'll just go like this. Now, it seems like some of the trains might be stuck. I might have to go and just have a little bit of a look. I could have some bottlenecks. But what we want to do with this one, so if I go speed 1, let him play. I want to edit this. So we would be picking up the stone at the Berkhamsted Central, but the very first thing I want to do after picking up is do a waypoint here. So I want to add in a waypoint first. So if I go to Stations and I go right down here, I've got a waypoint. I want to add one in here. Yep. And has he got an arrow on both sides? He does at the moment, yes. So let's put him nice and close. Let's do the waypoint there, actually. Let's do it there. Yep. And then another waypoint here. Yep. And so there's the waypoint infrastructure. I think we do have a stuck train somewhere, so I'll have to go and have a nice little look for it. But if we go to Berkhamsted and I'm doing that, the first thing he would do is go to here, and it's just going to be go through the waypoints, and then it would be... No, actually, this guy is going to be moved down. Nope, let's delete him. And we want to go collect the load, then do the waypoints. Yep. And so there's the waypoint there. So you're collecting here, then you're going via that waypoint, then you're going to Haddington, and then after that, you are doing... where are we? Oop. This other waypoint. And we'll do that. Okay, so that should be how it goes. Did I put a second truck in? Did I buy a second truck? How many have I got on that route? I've just got one, have I? Where is he? There he is. There he is. There he is. Right, let's do this. Let's get a second one. And then I've got some tinkering to do. I do need to go and check all my rolling stock and make sure they're all not lost. So if I go here and I copy, it's going to be another 100,000. Yes, it is, but I want to release it. And if we have a look here, okay, there's a few businesses going absolutely bankrupt, but let's have a look. They should now start off correctly. So I've got two of them. They're going to load up and deliver lots to this guy, and that's stone coming in and being used. So that will generate money into the economy, so that's pretty good. Hopefully this guy does just loads up nicely. I can actually put one of these other ones activated. Hopefully he doesn't turn around here. Goes via the waypoint. Yes, he does. So that's quite nice. And I think as the final bit of business for this episode, I think what I'll do now is just add in this, so you can have both trucks loading up at the same time. So let's just see that. So there's a nice little bit of animation and testing and stuff, and we're confident that the trucks are going to be doing the correct thing. So that's good. Very nice. An old steam train coming past in the background reminds me that I need to go back and you know, swap those out for diesel as per last episode. Yeah, I do have my train stuck. I knew it. Here they are here. This is a huge bottleneck here, where this train just holds everything up because of that being inside it. Inside of the yeah, look, you've got the distance between this signal and that train being 230 meters, and so these signals are too close together. So what I can do is I can take this out and just hopefully that will just fix it. It probably won't, no, but I can manually just grab this guy and ask him to ignore just the next signal. Yeah, closest signal, and then we go to speed 3. So now the train should get moving again, although this train here, yeah, now they're going to be moving again, and so we should be alright. I'll do the same with this guy and say, just the next signal, please. But I need to rethink this quite a bit. This whole system needs to be rethought, because it needs manual clearing, and that's not how we should be working. So a productive episode. This episode we did get a fair bit done, although I have my free terrain mod playing up. I can see that my passengers at the moment are traveling around. I've put in the passenger train here, and I've put it into here as well, which is great. And then I've managed to also, so the passenger trains are put in and extended. The line's been extended with 2 stations, and then in addition to that we put the sand line in over there, which is pretty good, and started the Scaleman's trucks to delivering quite a bit to Haddington Southwest, and this customer is showing us 73,500. He's got 140 in storage and 60 on demand, so he's actually doing really well. I cannot. 75 days left with 73,000, but I don't think there's an issue there. I think he's going to be very happy very soon. It says bad, but I'm just going to go speed 3 to see another sortie come through, and then yeah, the trucks are both coming over here. This will give him another 40. No, it should give him another 80. Yeah. He's showing his average now, so that's pretty good. We had a price drop of £130, which is not good. Now I'm thinking the price is going to go up once we start to fix this up. But I've got lots of tinkering to do here and there and getting everything tinkered quite nicely, so I'll be doing that. Hope you enjoyed the episode. It's been productive. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to tell me what those yellow the yellow rolling stock are over here if I need to do something with those, and I'll see you in the next episode of Voxel Tycoon. This is our beta series. Beta Heights, actually. Cheers.